morning and welcome to my writing life. Today, I'm going to talk about excellence and sacrifice. So let's get to it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This weekend sucked. It was Labor Day weekend, and for most of us in the United States, that means we get Monday off to spend with our friends and family and appreciating the hard work that goes into running a country and just life in general. I love that aspect of it because spending time with loved ones is fantastic. However, I managed my energy really terribly this weekend. I crammed 6 social functions into 72 hours. Now, for an extreme introvert like me, you can imagine that it left me feeling something like this. Which sucks because the 2 days preceding that, I felt something more like this. So this is where the conversation about sacrifice comes in, because life is about choices, and I made a bunch of choices this weekend. I'm not sure I'm thrilled with all of them. Now, like Greg McKeown talked about in Essentialism, you don't have control of all the options available to you, but you retain your ability to choose among them. That's a helpful point, except you still have to do the actual work of choosing among them, and that sometimes sucks. Now, I've taken the time to figure out the non-negotiables and essentials of who I am. Writing books is near the top of that list, but also so is friends and family. That's gonna mean sacrifice. If you've ever experienced the kind of inspiration that takes over and creates its own momentum in the process of creating your art, you'll know how difficult it is to walk away from that, and you really don't want to. There's always gonna be an opportunity cost. How do you navigate that? I'm not gonna be able to tell you which sacrifices to make because I don't know your principles and values, but I will tell you the process of making the decision and making the most of it. Thursday, when I was crushing keys, I had to make the sacrifice to not go outside in the nice weather and play with my dog. Weather that is a precious commodity because I live in Oregon and things are already starting to cool off. Sun is rare here, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Your girl can use whiteout as foundation in January. So every day I spend inside that's nice weather is a genuine sacrifice here. So when I make a sacrifice, this is how I make the most of that process. Number 1, make the decision. It might sound obvious. Of course, sacrifice is going to require you to make a decision about what to sacrifice, but I bring it up because this is where the energy sink often exists. Decision fatigue is awful, as I have mentioned several times before, and you have to develop a sense of self in order to be able to navigate your decisions. Once you're clear on that, things that are opportunities stop looking like opportunities because they're so out of line with what you actually want. Once those opportunities start looking like obstacles, the decision fatigue diminishes and you'll get faster at making your decisions. Number 2, once you make the decision, don't waste it. There is a big difference between taking a day off and playing hooky. When you play hooky, you might call in sick from work, then feel bad that you did, then kind of feel guilty about, no, I really am sick, so it wasn't a wrong thing to call in sick, and then blah, 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 blah. And you spend the whole day regretting your decision to take the day off, but also totally not regretting your decision to take the day off. And before you know it, the day is over, you've done nothing, you've enjoyed nothing, you've rested not at all, and you can't do the same thing again because your boss is going to catch on to you and you're going to get in trouble for it. Whereas taking a day off, you commit to rest and fun and whatever your plans are that you want to do that day, and you accept the consequences that will inevitably come as a result of taking that day off. Now, obviously, anxiety is a real condition that undermines this step, and I don't want to minimize that. That's real and not within your control or within your character. That's within your biochemistry. Obviously, I'm not a therapist, so I can't tell you all kinds of great ways to handle that. But one thing that has worked for me in dealing with my own anxiety regarding this is to practice showing up and doing the thing, where you make the sacrifice enough times and you'll get better at it. Because your brain will start to integrate the experience of making the risky decision and then realizing that the result was not the end of the world. Your life didn't implode as a result of taking this small risk. Something else that's cool about this is you don't have to nail it the first time. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So take the rest, take the sacrifice, and when your brain badgers you with all kinds of regrets and what ifs, that's okay because next time you'll be stronger as a result of taking the day off anyway. So if you're going to make the sacrifice, and at this point you are because you've already made the decision, follow through on it. Make the most of it. If you are intending to go ahead and bang out another chapter or two instead of going to that social function, put your phone away and do it. Number 3, accept the consequences. Okay, so you did it. You made the sacrifice. You wrote the chapter, you skipped the social function. It's over. Except Sometimes it's not over. It wasn't necessarily a social gathering with an end date. Maybe it's a lingering expectation or an ongoing sacrifice that you have to make again and again. I was killing it on Thursday and Friday, and on Friday afternoon, going into the long weekend, the expectation was very reasonable that I would finish several more chapters this weekend. Except that's not the choice I made. I chose to engage with my loved ones a lot. That no longer means I'm going to be able to finish 6 chapters this week. So here's the trick with these kinds of sacrifices. I don't get to pick up that expectation again. I am not going to be able to crank out 6 chapters and 2 videos while flawlessly pursuing my nutrition and health and getting along with my husband and getting my kids ready to go back to school. I don't get to beat myself over the head this week as a failure, since I'm not going to hit that target, because the target has moved. It has to move. So you can't cram all your expectations and all of your sacrifices into your schedule and just pretend like you never made the sacrifice. Inevitably, I'll end up resenting all the people that I spent my weekend with, and I don't want to do that. Don't second guess yourself. Don't double think. My advice today is not coming from a place of, follow me, I totally have a handle on this, because don't forget, this is the wisdom of hindsight. I'm gonna spend this week practicing that 3rd step. I hope you have a good week as you navigate the sacrifices you have to make for your art. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you like what I'm doing here on my channel, press the like button, and I will catch you next week. Bye. I'm going back to bed. Okay, big spider. Ooh, okay, stay over there, and we're fine. Oh, see, now I don't know where the spider is. It's fine, it's fine. Okay.
You're fine, puppy.
You're cool, right? I like frogs. But we've discussed the whole rent thing, and we had a truce. Okay, can I please?
No, Forrest. He's not a treat. Can you... There you go. Please stay out of my studio this time.